So I've been working on a little game project for a while now, and I just recently, I think on the 30th of January or maybe the 31st, got it to the point where it's complete as like a first demo version. And I wanted to show it off a bit, so I'm just going to go through. This is the main menu, obviously. There's a lot of bright colors you can see, but then there's this very like bleak imagery of a guy like being hung by not even his hands, just like I think his arms. I think when I drew this, the point is like his arms. Maybe it is his hands. I don't remember. But I feel like his hands are probably cut off and they just tied it to his arms. Doesn't matter. The point is it's an interesting contrast. We're going to get in here. So you'll be able to tell pretty easily it's a kind of Vampire Survivors type game. Let me actually grab the controller and play that way. I don't know why I'm playing with mouse and keyboard. I'm trying to grab the controller while still moving. Okay, here we go. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why I put in controller support and then I'm trying not to use the controller support. But this is what I wanted to do with this. And actually what I should say is in future versions, what I want to do is make it less like Vampire Survivors and probably play more like Alien Shooter or Zombie Shooter. But that'll be for the future. I'm trying to collect this experience without getting killed. It's very hard to level up at first because you basically your attack. So what I did in the left, to our left, that character, that enemy with like the light blue face, that's the weakest enemy. Let me pick something here. I'm going to go for that. There we go. That enemy has 1.1 health and your attack does 1 damage. So I made it so that it takes 2 hits to kill that enemy, but only barely. And you have like no range. You have no range until you start getting some range abilities, and it's so difficult until you get range. Like once you get range, you're good, but until then, and the ability I got isn't even that good because it converts some of your damage into piercing damage, and that literally is not that useful. Like because I don't know, so, like some of the enemies have defense, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like it doesn't benefit you as much as like anything else almost. But yeah, all the art in the game I did, which is probably why it doesn't look that good. Although I was told that the character looks like he could be in like Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, which that makes me very happy. Because I do like that game a lot. And the music I also did, like basically everything in the game I did. So the music probably does suck. You know, the graphics probably do suck, but you know, I'm just trying to put this together, do everything myself. Even if it's not as good as using a resource pack, I really want to do everything from scratch. And a lot of this project was to try to learn Godot. And I think, yeah, it's better. The learning process is better if you actually like do it yourself and not just use other people's resources, you know. But I did start by using a tutorial, and then when I got far enough into that where I'm like, okay, I basically feel like I understand Godot, I was like, you know, I will probably then just, you know, kind of do it on my own for a little bit and try to, you know, learn what I want to do myself without following tutorials. I can still look at videos for if I'm like trying to figure something out, but I am trying to do as much stuff like by myself as possible. And yeah, and the thing with this demo too is what I did was I had basically all the features and functionality that you see here I had done from the tutorial, with the exception that these enemies I actually was using somebody else's art. I was using like an asset pack. It's I forget what it's called. It's like the Timmy or Tenny or Kenny. I think it's Kenny's asset packs, I think. Which if you've watched YouTube videos, like you've definitely, or if you've watched YouTube videos for Godot tutorials, you've definitely seen his packs used in those videos. But I basically had everything. Everything that you see. The only difference is the enemies are different and there's proper controller support. There's a wave progress bar so that you can win the game, because before, to win the game, you just had to survive for like 5 minutes or whatever. Now you have to kill a certain amount of enemies. Because I wanted it to be more like a Terraria invasion. And then I added a few new abilities. But what I wanted to do once I got far enough into the tutorial was, I was like, okay, I want this to be data driven. Let me see what I can choose from. I'm gonna go range. After I talked it up so much, I'm definitely gonna get range. But I want the game to be data driven, kind of like if you ever played like Star Wars Empire at War, or if you played Civilization 5. I had to think of the title, but yeah, those are both data driven games, and that's how I think games should be made. So I wanted to do that, and that took a while to start getting things switched over. It's not like technically all done, but I think it's far enough. And I was basically working on just polishing where, like, for example, if like the enemies, I made the snowman enemy so that I could have like a template to start building like the new character class, and, you know, changing all of the character scripts over to the way I wanted them. And then once I kind of had that, then I could add everything else, like all the other enemies. And you know, I got to a point where, you know, I had enough of these systems converted over that I could really like focus on adding new things. Like, you know, once I got to that point, I added the potato enemy, which is really cool. He has like 100 different attacks. I mean, it's not 100, he has like 6 different attacks or something, right? And I could add new abilities, and like I could start adding new things, but I wasn't adding things that were like contributing to the game having like a full loop again, because before I started converting it over, it had a full loop. You could win, you could lose, you could go back to the main menu, or you could play again. But once I started changing things over, like a lot of things were basically broken until I, you know, brought them up to the new system. So I was like, I gotta stop just adding new abilities, and I gotta stop polishing, because I was trying to polish things that worked. And I was like, even though it works, I want to polish it up. I want to make it, you know, like the programming perfect. I want everything to be, you know, like the most, like, I don't want to say efficient, but just the most well-written code that I can write. And I had to like tell myself, like, okay, like, yeah, like it's good to try to get it to work the best you can, but you also, like, if it works, then you kind of have to move on and start putting your focus towards things that actually are going to let you put out like a proper demo that you can show people. So I had to do that. I had to stop adding new abilities as well, or at least like stop putting all my focus on that. So I made like a to-do list. I was like, these are the things that need to get done. Like, for example, in part of swapping over to the new kind of data-driven system, you know, the main character wasn't able to level up and get upgrades anymore. So I was like, okay, well, I have to fix that. Instead of just adding new upgrades and whatever, like I have to like actually fix his ability to upgrade. Although at that phase I was probably still in the polishing phase. It was probably like after I fixed his ability to upgrade that I started going, you know, to let me get cooldown. Cooldown is also really good. But yeah, it was probably after I fixed his ability to upgrade that I started adding too many upgrades. But in either case, like I had to focus myself on like just work on the things that'll let you have a complete demo. Oh man, I wanted that EXP, but I couldn't get it. And I still went rogue a little bit, but I think I was pretty good sticking to the list and just being like, just work on the things that need to get done. Like, make it so that you can win by killing enough enemies. Like, work on that before you add new upgrades. Work on that before you polish up, you know, the scripts that you want to polish. So one of the things, like when I was moving everything over to the new system, like I had to get his player his player movement script, because he has a different movement script than the enemies have. So I had to get his script on it on the new system. And if you look at the script, like it is legitimately terrible. It's not organized, it's not modular really, or at least not as modular as it should be. Like, it's not a good script. and I really, really want it to go through and like improve it, but I was like, no, like just do the bare minimum to get it working and then move on, because like I really just wanted to be able to put this demo out and not get bogged down trying to make every script perfect. And I think that was really important. So I am going to make that script better eventually, but you know, for this build I had to be like just make it work, and then you can refine it later. Man, I wish I got more experience. Like I say, it is really hard to level up. But yeah, so anyways, that's what I did. I had the to-do list, and now that I'm done that to-do list, I have another to-do list that when I finish that, then that'll be, you know, like the next demo build, I guess. I'm gonna get Tortured Alien Soul. It's another attack that comes out. But let's see if I can kill some of them with this. This actually does like much better damage. Oh, I forgot about this. So when your health drops enough, this satellite will try to kill you by shooting these like energy orbs at you. The only good thing is it can target, like it can't target enemies, but it can damage enemies. So that at least is a plus. But I would rather not have it shooting, because it does a lot of damage. So it's not really the best. Here we go. But yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought, unfortunately, but let me get this upgrade. I'm hoping I can show off the other attack, which I can't because they did not let me. I guess I'll just take cooldown. Cooldown's pretty good. What this kind of satellite overlay was originally was that it was like a kind of bloodshot eye. This like really bloody eye would cover your screen, and that is from Zombie Shooter. I got the idea from Zombie Shooter for that, but I wanted this area to have this like sort of satellite that kind of, you know, tries to kill you, and then other areas can have the bloodshot overlay. But it basically, if you ever played Zombie Shooter, it will cover your screen when you have low damage. I'm gonna get invincibility frames. That's probably a good upgrade. It will cover your screen when you have low attack. I think I said low damage, but I meant low health. Took me 3 tries, I think, but I got there in the end. Low health. It's the most obnoxious thing, and because it's like you're already not doing well because you're at low health, and now you can't see anything, and that's why I like it so much, because it's literally just punishing you for not doing well. But it is actually kind of terrible. Okay, can I have... No. Okay, I'll just get range. I do want the other attacks. I want to show it off, but if we don't get it, we don't get it, I guess. But it's whatever. I do want to put this online at some point if I can get that figured out. I have to look into it. I was thinking maybe on itch.io might be, but I have to look into that. Maybe I have to put some more work into it before I try to do that, but I can at least get this experience. Oh, I want that container. If there's an EXP container, that does a lot more experience than the little orbs. Please let me have, I mean, I have a level up, but I want like 2 level ups. Maybe I'll just get this. I'll get cooldown. Okay. We're almost done anyways. Like, we almost have this wave complete. But no, I've already started working on the next version. Mostly what I've done is just cleaning stuff up. Like, the only real change you would notice, okay, here's the other attack. Look at that. It's just this tentacle that just spawns randomly. But when it like hits enemies, it does a lot of damage. And like when they're all clumped up, it will just like absolutely, like it'll hit so many of them that it'll just like thin them out so well. It's such a good attack when it lands. No, the only real difference you would notice in the new build, let me see what I get. It doesn't matter, we're pretty much done. Let me see what upgrade we get. I don't know, I'll just get this. Yeah, the only difference you would notice is the blood or the wave progress bar is in the middle, so that I can. Oh, I'm about to die. I gotta be careful. I didn't realize, but I actually have like no health. I would be really embarrassing if I died right now. But yeah, I moved the wave progress bar over into like the middle, so that there's room on the side for a like a quit menu. But yeah, I mostly have just been cleaning up, and that's the only real work I've done on the next build so far. Please let me win. If I die here, I am gonna be. Oh, okay. I gotta be really careful. Did I die? Oh no. Okay, well, whatever. We were like at the end. I got distracted. I got really distracted, and I did not. Yeah, I did not dodge as well as I should have. I don't want to continue. I might do more videos about this in the future and talk about other aspects of the demo. The only other thing I'm gonna do in this video is, I think, here we go. Yeah, if I pull this up, I'm just gonna do a quick run through of the abilities that are in the game. You get, this is the green ghost that attacks. You start with this one. There's 4 damage upgrades. These ones only do a little bit of damage. This one does a lot. This one gives you magic damage, which is basically the same. It's just the way it works with the enemy's defense is a little different. You have range, cooldown. This one I was hoping to get, but I think you need advanced experimentation level 2 to get, which I either didn't get or I got like too close to the end of the game. But this one, instead of only 1 ghost spawning, 2 ghosts will spawn. Tainted Spirit we didn't get. I don't even remember how you unlock it, but you do require another upgrade to unlock it. I just don't remember which one. But this one, like every 10th corrupt spirit that you're able to summon will be like a stronger version. I think we got Warding Spirit that blocks projectiles. It basically, if a projectile hits your corrupt spirit, it'll block that projectile. These ones are really cool. Like, they're kind of not that good, I feel like, but they convert the damage that your corrupt spirit does, like the base damage, into piercing damage. So it does 1 point of base damage, so you can convert that into 1 point of piercing damage. And it could, like, I could add more of these experimentation upgrades that would convert the damage you do from these upgrades into piercing, but I kind of don't want corrupt spirit to be a piercing attack. I want Tortured Alien Soul to be more of along that lines. Like, you get upgrades that make that one entirely piercing. So I think doing 1 point of piercing damage with corrupt spirit is okay, and then everything else will just be normal and magic, because you get these ones give you a total of 0.9 damage. This one gives you like 3.3, and this gives you like 0.3 magic damage. So you do get a lot of the damage is not going to be piercing. We saw these attacks. So Blood Magic and Blood Sprint. Blood Magic is just required for other blood upgrades, which the only one I have so far is Blood Sprint. Blood Sprint allows you to sprint by, basically, you have to pay with XP, or sorry, with HP instead of stamina. Self-harm just lets you reduce your health, which will be useful in the future. There'll be some pretty powerful builds for having like low health. And then temporary phase retreat is invincibility frames, which I think we saw. Anyways, that's it. Like I said, I might make some more videos in the future to kind of show off some of the other, or like just talk about some of the other aspects, or talk about, you know, continued progress. But I just wanted to show this off because I made this demo, and I'm really proud that I stuck to a to-do list instead of just you know, adding things that didn't really contribute to having, you know, a game that's complete in a way that I could share it. You know, forcing myself to work on things that maybe were not as fun, but had to get completed so that I could share, you know, a demo with people and get their feedback. So I just wanted to show that off. But if you did watch, thank you for watching. Enjoy your day, and bye.